Tahaad Pettiford is absolutely destroying the NBA Combine right now for the NBA Draft, and there's a lot of reasons because of that. He is a shorter guard, so he's not expected to do a ton of things, but he needs to do a ton of things because he's an undersized guard. So, some of the things that he's doing, we're going to be breaking down. We're going to be seeing if we can incorporate it into our own game so that we can become better point guards ourselves. So let's get down. Let's check out Tahaad Pettiford. Really quickly, if you want to become a better point guard, make sure to check out the point guard workout that is down in the description below. It is going to give you a training workout for 8 weeks as well as a weightlifting plyometric workout for 8 weeks that will make you a better point guard. Now let's get down and let's check out Tahaad Pettiford. So when you are on the fast break, or whether you're a point guard or not, it doesn't necessarily matter. But if you're on a fast break, but you don't have numbers, so there's only, in this case, 2 of you guys versus 3 of their defenders. One thing that you can do as a ball handler is to dribble across the imaginary midline of the basketball court. Because what this is going to do is it's going to force players to really eye in and see what you are doing. They're not going to care about as much of their guy that they're guarding. This is dead area. This is the area where nobody wants you. So, by cutting across that midline area, you can sometimes find players that are wide open. For example, his teammate here, who was able to bang down the 3. Okay, so when you dribble down the court as a point guard, let's say you're coming down the left side. Coming down the left side, one thing that you can do is to have your back to the sideline. Because what this is going to do for you is it's going to allow you to wait for screens to come up and be set on you, but at the same time, it's going to give you time to see if there's other screens being made. This is also going to allow you to settle down the offense. It's going to get your defender on his heels, so you could try and beat him on the left side. However, here, it allows him to have the clear line of sight to be able to hit this pass to his teammate who was open for his 3-point shot. Remember, assists are going to get you in the NBA. If you can hit a lot of assists, it's going to be good for you. But if you can't score, then you're practically useless at the NBA level. You always have to be able to score. So here he gets the inbounds pass. Notice how he has his head up. He's bent down. Now, generally, you might want to have your knees just slightly more bent than this, but that doesn't necessarily matter. He's keeping his shoulders low because he's in attack mode. Now he drops his butt. Now his knees are bent because now he's got a screen coming up being set on him. When he uses that screen, his defender goes underneath that screen. This is a massive no-no on the defensive side. Anytime your man goes under and you've got a drop coverage center who is not guarding you from the 3, then you need to be able to pull for this 3-point shot, and you better hit it. Especially in the NBA Draft Combine, you have to hit this shot. You also have to be able to make that read fast enough to be able to pull for this shot. Because what we have is his man's going underneath the screen. Guys in drop coverage wanting to stay with his center, this actually makes this defender look really bad. He should have chased over top and at least got back in front if he could, and that didn't happen. And even though there's still 12 seconds left on the shot clock, this is a good pull because he was wide open. So obviously in the NBA Draft Combine, if you are one of the top 15 players, which I would classify Tahaad Pettiford as being a top 15 player, you need to show 3 things. You need to be a 3-level scorer. You need to be able to get to the rim. You need to show some kind of mid-range game, and you need to show a 3-point shot. If you can show each one of these, you're going to be all set. You also have to be able to make a read on the screens because there's a lot of screens that get set at the NBA level. So here he uses the screen. He stops and reuses that screen. When he reuses that screen, this defender plays him quite high and was about to go over top. So Tahaad Pettiford denied the screen and went back the opposite way. When he did this, it was practically a straight line drive, which is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to do any of these looping drives that younger players will do. This needs to be a straight line drive. If you can get into your defender, kept the ball high for a bit anyways, and then he was able to get to that rim, he missed the layup. But by being aggressive, getting into the defender, he was able to draw a foul. It was a late whistle too. And believe me, no matter what coach, whether it be high school or NBA, if you are showing that you are being aggressive, this is a massive bonus, whether you make it or not. As long as you get the foul call, you do something to be able to get that foul call, and you're being aggressive, every coach is going to love you for it. Also, in the fast break, if you are in a fast break situation, as we see right here, and you are in like a team tryout or an NBA draft combine or whatever it may be, right now you're in a 3-on-2 situation. You have to be aggressive. You can't just sit there and be like, I'm going to lay this ball up. It has to, if you can dunk, it has to be a dunk. And whether it go right hand, left hand, it doesn't matter. You just need to get up there and dunk it. You need to show that you are an aggressive player. Now, the thing with the NBA is you have to be able to show that you can hit these three-point shots. Transition three, you don't necessarily have numbers. Yes, at the high school level, this is not the greatest shot. If it goes in, it's always a great shot. However, transition, sideline push up to the corner, this guy can go in for the rebound. So technically there is a rebounder there. But transition threes with a shot clock that is in your favor, considering that you still have 20 seconds left in the second. Not necessarily the greatest technical shot for most coaches, but that is something that they look for at the NBA level. I absolutely love this too. So he's got his back to the sideline here, so he's waiting for a screen to come up. Now, when you come off of a screen from the wing, you need to be able to read the situation. You need to be able to read everything. So I've put this into slow motion so that you're able to see every single option. So right now, he has a man who set the screen who is rolling. He has a man who is on the wing and a man who is in the corner. At this time, and obviously this corner, he needs to be able to see what each one of these defenders are going to do, and he needs to be able to react to it. So, if this guy comes down to play help so that the roll man doesn't have an open lane, this needs to be a skip pass out to this corner. If this guy comes in, makes the mistake, it needs to be a kick out pass to the corner here. If he doesn't come down, this guy commits, so he stays out here. This guy commits to the ball handler, Tahaad Pettiford, and his man is trailing over top, and this defender is not doing anything, then it would be a bounce pass to the roll man. Now, what do we see happen here? Well, this guy commits to the help defense. This guy does not commit to the drop, which means that the open man is the corner. If this guy committed to the drop, then the right pass would have been here. So now it comes down to what he does. And you need to be able to make this in literally a 100th millionth of a second. This needs to be a fast decision. He makes that kick out pass. It's a wide open three. And obviously his teammate luckily hit it. That was the correct decision in this situation. You need to be able to read the defense if you want to be a great point guard. And here is another great read by Tahaad Pettiford. So take it out of slow motion for a second here. Now, what happens? Well, he's got a screen. Man uses the screen. Guy goes underneath. They're probably talking switch. The switch didn't happen. Either there was a miscommunication or there was no talking at all, or it was just maybe too loud in the facility. Who knows? But he steps back, wide open. They double-teamed the roll man, which is something that only happens on mistakes. They left him wide open. He already had a great game going on, and he was able to bang this absolutely wide open three, and those are the threes you have to hit. I know that's putting a lot of pressure on a lot of younger players who may be watching this, but that is a shot that needs to be hit. If you want to become a better point guard, these are the skills that you need. If you want to improve your skills and your ability to get stronger and play better, make sure to go check out the point guard workout that is down in the description below so that you yourself become a better point guard and, of course, dominate in the NBA eventually. I'll see you guys again in my next video.